When the door to the cold, dimly lit apartment swung open that night, nobody knew what kind of darkness had already entered long before. The neighbors thought it was just another evening, routine, predictable, quiet. But behind those thin, peeling walls, something far more dangerous was simmering. A betrayal so cold it didn't need a weapon. It only needed silence, timing, and a single moment when no one was paying attention. They would later say it began with a phone call, a call that should have been ignored, a voice that should never have been trusted, a temptation disguised as concern. But the truth? This story didn't start with that call. It started with a secret buried under years of loyalty, hidden beneath smiles and stolen glances. A secret so toxic that once revealed it wouldn't just break a relationship, it would break a mind. Tonight you'll hear the kind of story that doesn't get told on television. The kind of story that makes you question people, excuses, even memories. A story where every answer pulls you deeper into the darkness. So here's your hook. If someone you trusted suddenly vanished for a night, would you assume they were in danger or that they were hiding something? Because in this case, that question wasn't just a suspicion. It was the beginning of everything. The call that shouldn't have come. It was close to 11:47 p.m. when the call arrived. The city outside was too still, the kind of stillness that makes you feel watched. She had been sitting on the edge of the bed, scrolling through old messages, replaying old arguments in her head, trying to convince herself she wasn't seeing the signs. Then the phone buzzed. Just one vibration. One number she didn't expect. One name she had stopped trusting. His friend. A friend who never called her unless something was wrong. "Hey, is he with you?" the friend whispered. Like someone might be listening. Her heart froze. Every suspicion she had tried to bury clawed its way back up. "No," she replied. "I told him he was going home straight after work." The friend hesitated. Too long. "Look, I think you should check on him." With that, the line went dead. No explanation, no details, no location, just a warning. But warnings don't come out of nowhere. They come after someone sees something or hides something. She grabbed her keys, her pulse pounding in her ears as she stepped into the cold hallway. The elevator was too slow, so she took the stairs, her footsteps echoing like someone was following her. At the bottom, something made her stop, a chill that wasn't from the weather, because suddenly, the silence felt intentional. When the door opened. His apartment was only 10 minutes away, but every second stretched like it was resisting her. The lights in his building flickered, casting uneven shadows on the walls. She reached his door and knocked once. No answer. She knocked again. Harder. Still nothing. Then she tried the handle. It opened. Just like that. Unlocked. Inside, the air was too still. The lights in the living room looked untouched. No TV humming, no sound except her breathing. But something was off. Something felt placed, arranged, like the room had been cleaned too recently. A glass on the table. A jacket on the chair. Shoes by the door. Everything looked staged. Her instinct screamed, this wasn't how he lived. And then, she noticed the phone. His phone. Charging on the table, screen cracked from a recent fall. He never left without it. So where was he now? As she reached for it, a sudden vibration shook the table. A new message on the cracked screen. Unknown number. She opened it. One sentence. "You shouldn't have come here." Her stomach dropped. This wasn't worry. This wasn't concern. This was a warning. But before she could react, a floorboard creaked behind her. She froze. Someone else was in the apartment. The man in the hallway. She turned slowly, every muscle tense. The hallway was dark, but she could see the faint outline of someone standing halfway down, still, silent, watching. A silhouette. Tall. Too tall to be him. She stepped backwards, keeping her eyes on the shadow, searching for anything she could use as a weapon. The air tasted metallic, like old blood and cold steel. "Who's there?" she whispered, voice trembling. No answer. The figure didn't move, didn't breathe. Or maybe it was breathing, but too quietly. Then her phone buzzed again. Another message. "Don't turn your back to him." Her throat closed. Who was him? Who sent the message? How did they know? And more importantly, why was he standing there, like he'd been waiting? Suddenly, the silhouette stepped forward, one slow, heavy footstep at a time. No rush, no panic, like he already knew she wasn't going
anywhere. She stumbled back, pulse exploding in her ears, but the shadow stopped right at the border of the hallway, leaning slightly into the faint spill of light. That's when she saw it. A smear of something dark on his sleeve. A shape that looked too much